falls into the development of what we talked about during the week. So if we talk about relationships, or we talk about dating, or we talk about food, whatever the topics are in that week, we actually do our hands-on experience with that particular kind of theme on Thursdays on what we talked about in different articles and different, classes of the podcast. And the main goal behind every podcast is to train individuals on what you learn through the talks and everyday information on the Monday through Wednesday audio kind of live podcast, to be able to be self-taught on Thursdays, and even one day, like I said, find your own job, be a relationship coach, be a teacher in this. Teach someone else the things that someone else taught you, so that we all can be involved, and not only each one teach them, but to be able to learn things that can be our own kind of things that we put into a business or into something that we train the next individual. I want to see others be just like Shamar. I had to learn it from somebody while I was in college, and I don't mind sharing my experiences with anybody else.
I know that's right. Well, welcome, Sean. Welcome to the stage. This is Alan. Alan is new to Fanbase. He is in the podcast. I love that. And where did you say? I forgot already what the name of that other app is.
So Stereo,
Stereo.
Stereo. I am there Mondays and Tuesdays, and I am, like I said, will take the initiative to do fan base on Wednesdays and Thursdays. But I'm only gonna do fan base once I get that particular person. I will be putting my Facebook on here, Instagram. I'm a cook, by the way, so that's why sometimes you guys will see food being prepared as well. But I want to do a 2-on-2. 2 days virtual, 2 days audio, because the audience members that we have, some people like to be off camera, so that's why I give them the option of stereo. You can be off camera, you don't even have to see nobody, because you can't even go live and see nobody's face on there. But when you do go live, it's just like being in rooms like this. You're in the audience at the bottom until somebody adds you up. And when the person adds you up into the room, then you can be on the live panel, but you still would be audio version. You wouldn't be visual. Then Wednesdays and Thursdays will be visual, because of the classes that we're going to start having, and because of career development that we want to get into. I really want to get into more of career development kind of purposes, but I really don't want to do that until I get the particular person. So if y'all are interested, we are in springtime, summertime, and this is usually the best time of the year to promote. March, April, and May are the 3 best months that I've read, and are the 3 best times of the year for recruiting. So if y'all want to check me out, I can send y'all podcasts that I've done on stereo, talks that I've had before. I'm a very informational individual. I'm not very hard to work with. I just say that please check your schedules before coming to work with somebody like me. Because if your schedule is not aligning with mine, we're just not going to flow. It's going to throw me off, and it's going to also throw you off as an individual, because you ain't got time for this, and you ain't got time to be on top of doing something that doesn't conflict with the schedule of mine. So if you have a schedule that you work a job, because I know we all work jobs. If you work a job like me where you sometimes work in the day or sometimes work at night, can do 4 days. I don't mind if you are a father or a mother, because I've had those people already before in my 5 years of podcasting, but I would rather my next individual not be a mother. I want someone brand new, kind of change the trajectory of everything. I want someone that's not a mother or father or parent. I want someone that can do 4 days, if possible. If not, we can work on 3 or 2, however many days y'all want. It's fine with me. But I'm cool with that, because I'm flexible and I can still get my stuff done in my day. Also, someone that is very good with career development is a big thing that I've been promoting. Also, someone that loves training. If you love to train people and you learn different skills that you can teach another individual, adults and kids are all welcome. I welcome all ranges. I start people at ages 13 on up. I start them as young as 13, and then we continue. Because on stereo, the app starts them at 13. and then you move up on up from there. Um, but yeah, all are welcome. So if y'all are interested, I can send y'all my information and we can go from there. But that's enough from Mr. Allen.
All right, I appreciate that. Welcome, Urban. We just talking to a newest member on Fanbase, Alan.
Hey,
He's a
welcome, Alan.
podcaster. Yeah, he's a podcaster.
Hello, Urban.
Urban.
Nice to meet you, sir.
How you doing? Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying. Yeah, I do a lot of podcasts myself for different clients and stuff like that. I help them produce it, learn, teach them how to be in front of the camera, how to fix their audio, how to do a number of things. If they want to tape it, I teach them how to tape it on a clear background, put it in Canva, wipe out the background video,
Oh, wow.
and put a new background there. So I go through the whole 9 yards with them.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. So, Sean, did you want to chime in? I know you've been kind of here in the background. I didn't know if you wanted to kind of talk about what you do on Fanbase or anything like that. But feel free if you want to come off.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for bringing me up. Um, some of you might know me, but my name is Sean. So um, I help those who've been through divorce to love again, to help them to find themselves, and I also do some marriage preparation for singles who desire to marry. And I have a YouTube channel, Scary to Remarry, on there. Uh, it's been growing. Have a lot of testimonials about people who've been through a divorce and what life looks like for them now. That's been a very popular series of mine. So I do some coaching as well as I do some social media marketing here and there, just because I had to learn the ropes myself. And I will have a podcast probably the first week of May. I think I'm going to do something a little different and do an audio space here on Fanbase. I believe Mo is going to be one of my guests as well. So we're going to talk about some of that stuff as well. I'm excited about that. I have some other people on Fanbase too who's going to be guests and share some of their experiences. So the first half of the show will be just me and the guest. And if anyone have any questions, they can ask in the chat. And then for the last 30 minutes, I'll open up the floor for people to have questions. So we want everybody to be informed. We want everybody to have some practical tools and being a whole and complete person that they were called to be, whether that's through singleness or you desire to marry. So, yeah, thanks, Joyce.
Appreciate that. I appreciate you, Sean, for always adding something to the conversation. And if you guys don't remember, I am live streaming, so we'll be able to play this back. I usually play a lot of them in the rooms when I have them because it's one thing to have these experiences and talk about it, but it's nothing like having it to where we can share them to other people and make them feel comfortable, make them feel like they're welcomed when they come to spaces like this. Not all spaces are ran the same, so you'll start to know that when you navigate the app and go to different ones. I want to make sure that the space that I have is more welcoming and it's kind of structured, not kind of, it actually really is. But I just like a lot of structure. I like that in my real life, so I still have fun, I still enjoy, but for the most part, we want to make sure that we set a tone for fan base, and that's what I like to do. That's what I enjoy doing. But Urban, did you want to expand any more about you do so much? So, did you want to talk a
Well,
little more about what you're doing?
yeah, just a little bit about me. I've been in the television and film business for the last 30 years. I've produced TV shows, films, movies, and everything. And now, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to bring those digital elements to online streaming service, which I have a couple of shows, The Magic of the Porch, Journey to Manhood, and different things like that. So I'm trying to bring my experience to fan base, not only to put content up, but if people have questions, information that they need, how to do something, how to clear something, when to put courtesies on, when to use video, how to edit video, how to make it work, timing and stuff like that. So I'm here for that kind of thing. So people have reached out to me before and asked me well, if I wanted to use somebody's clip, do I have license to use so much of it? When do I have to use a courtesy? When I shouldn't use a courtesy? Do I need to contribute the video or the audio to somebody else at any given time? So I'm kind of a teacher, content creator, where I can help people better navigate, because as we move into this ocean of people becoming content creators, the lawsuits are going to come, or the cease and desist letters are going to come, because at one point nobody really cared about YouTube, about this, about that, and people would just snatch video, use it here, use it there. But those days are quickly coming to a close. So it's better for us to educate ourselves on free fair use versus ownership of who owns the content, that kind of stuff. So I'm here to navigate people through those waters if they have a question and like that. And of course, continuing to bring a lot of my projects that have been released in the theater or online or on television. Now that I have the rights to those programs, I'm trying to bring all those programs to Fanbase and YouTube and the other services that I use. So I've been in the business a long time. Started off in news and built my own studio on the East Coast where I can do live productions for folks. I just did the CARES Foundation, 100 Black Men, and on and on. So I'm just taking my experience and trying to make sure I use it in a different format, and also be open enough to other people who have questions that they could ask me a lot of questions about how to do something. So I'm pretty open to a lot of things.
Thank you, Urban. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Joyce. Always for you.
Yeah, you giving me, speaking of content, man, this onboarding Be You Without Limits, this is kind of what I love, is just the whole process of what this looks like 5 years from now. You know, this is going to be like a historical thing. We can go and do the playback on Fanbase Plus, have a watch party. You know what I mean? And sit up and talk about these conversations that we're having. Only the dope ones, though. Only the dope ones. We get enough of all the other riffraff that goes viral. I'm not about virality through conflict. If we can't go viral by talking about what actually matters, um, then no, it doesn't matter to go viral. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I've always felt about this whole virality thing. And I really, to be honest, it's overrated to me. The virality, just the algorithm is just not doing what it does. Wouldn't it be cool if just the bad content got suppressed, all of the negative, all of the things that make us look worse than what we really are, or focusing on the wrong types of people? Wouldn't it be nice if those got suppressed, and the great information, good value, those went viral? That's a different world. That's a different world. But does anybody else want to speak? Silver, you haven't come off the mic yet. I know you. I'm gonna keep saying this. I know you over there in the Hamptons, being all bougie and everything.
Yep, I'm in the Hamptons.
I knew it. So come off, talk a little bit, say a little something.
Yeah, this is Civil Fox Luxury. What I wanted to say, I was on stereo in the beginning, and it was a fun app. It was cool to get on. It's kind of like podcasting. You have your little bobblehead, up there that,
Right.
and you can talk and everything. And I thought it was cool until people started, when I started popping in people's rooms. It was some of them being rude and being a mess, and so that what led me to Clubhouse. And then after, I think I was on Clubhouse maybe for a couple of months, and somebody came over and said, "Hey, you should come over to I think it was Treehouse," and then they was bringing people over to Fanbase, and I was like, "Oh, let me go see what this about." Now, between having a little bobblehead podcast and then having them and then being in the audio room on Clubhouse, Fanbase was the only one that allowed me to post my content, and sell my product. right? So that's what drew me more to being on Fanbase. And once I've done that, um, I was able to bring my some 2,000 parts of my, I mean, 2,000 posts from Instagram over to Fanbase, which was pretty cool. And this was before you can do it with TikTok. And once I did that, my content was over here. Plus, I was posting content. And I was like, this is, it was like a, win-win situation for me. It had the audio rooms like Clubhouse. They had the, we didn't have the little bobbleheads, but, it didn't matter. Um, but maybe that could be something that's coming soon. The little moving profile pictures, right? And then, but for me to be able to be over here and selling my product and the opportunity to invest in Fanbase, it all was like a win-win situation for me. And Fanbase became home of social media for Silver Fox Luxury. So that's what I enjoy more about it.
Okay, and to be fair, how did you find out about Fanbase, Silver? And also, how long you been on Fanbase?
Yeah, it was when I was on Clubhouse in Treehouse. I don't know if you remember Treehouse. He's still on here. Dave was over there inviting people to come over. So that's how I found out about it. It was like the first migration from Clubhouse.
Oh, so that's how you found out about Fanbase is from that first migration? No.
Yep.
Really? Oh, they had two migrations. That's
Yeah,
right. Okay,
the
that's
second,
right.
yeah, the second one had when everybody was like, TikTok. I mean, Clubhouse is, being a mess, and it was all coming over. But I was already obviously over here. But there was another migration where people were coming over because people from over here were bringing people over.
Okay, because yeah, the one that I remember is the one where the Essence from the editing room and North Star brought people over because they were the ones that were migrating. They were going into the editing room from that point, which that's another really dope room when they open it, the editing room. There are a few rooms that actually have some great content and great co-hosts and hosts. You can definitely look on the schedule to see what those rooms are because they are on the web, on the hallway on the web. And Urban, I forgot. You said you heard about it through Roland Martin, was it? You heard about Fanbase? I think a lot of people are hearing about Fanbase through Roland Martin on YouTube. I believe that's what Urban had mentioned, and he does a lot of back end stuff, so he may be in studio working now. So um, I appreciate whenever he does come off the mic. But I don't have any other questions for nobody. We kind of gonna open it up to anything else anyone wants to say. I know Winter, she's my listener at the bottom. She doesn't come up much, but she's been on here a minute. I still never asked you. I don't remember Winter how long you've been on Fanbase. So if you want to put that in the chat, that would be cool. I know you kind of been here a minute, but Kelsey, you as well. I appreciate you for putting your link in the chat. Campbell Creative or .com, and then media expert. Okay, maybe we have to chat a minute when you get a chance. I am here Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Today is Friday. Woohoo! Happy Friday. So, if no one has any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and let you hear this Fanbase promise. Alan, it's kind of a standard on Fanbase. If you go in any of those rooms I mentioned earlier with Rama and CTO, the CTO and Isaac, the CEO, you'll hear this a lot at the beginning of their rooms and towards the end. But I really like it. I think it stands really firm on the belief of the founder.
Gotcha. I just put my stereo in here for people that are just like Silver. I don't know how I don't know you, Silver, because I've been on stereo 5 years and I know many of some people on stereo. I'm surprised I don't know you and have not seen you through the streets. But yeah.
All right.